Win game to tell her. She look familiar. At Coachella, what's her name? Isabella, forget it, yeah. Like a week ago, but we both know how weekends go. Tryna function, got some places we could go. Lockjaw got me speaking slow like, yeah, I'm blessed. I don't GA, I'm tryna, yes on yes. Say less. Say less. You ain't go. Say less. Yeah. Say less. Hey girl, what it do? If you got friends, cool, bring them.
Hello everybody, I'm Larry Ridley and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's game, time of possession should be a factor. The Vikings are number 1 in third down percentage, and they'll be up against the Falcons team looking to shut that down. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth.
The new jewels of the NFL, no doubt, as you get a look inside U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, they've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away, and we may have a face mask here right at the start. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined it.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
A gain of 3, second down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And shoving his way inside the 35.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Daniil Hunter. in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me just long enough.
And look here, it's an opening drive fake. And he's going to let it go deep. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys. They look like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
They always that changed in a big way. The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back. Sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
And the yellow flag hurts this offense, and now they face a tough 3rd down. From the gun, Davis. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up 4th down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
So they get the ball first here in front of the home crowd under the lights, and they get 3 points out of it.
And there's something about a night game, isn't there? A little extra snap, a little extra crisp in the air. What a terrific way to get things started. A little extra excitement, a little extra dazzle for the home crowd.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. Now this will go for 5 up to the 33. And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd.
Playing coverage here.
Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move, as that gives him a first down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Davis now. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Brooks Reed in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
So to me to watch these great pass rushers, because some of them, they need their teammates to scheme for them. Maybe occupy people, make it a one-on-one matchup. Other guys, they just defeat everything in front of them. To get 2 sacks in a game, it's a little bit of both for you.
Davis throwing on 3rd and long. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, that's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. 2 sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, they'll be disappointed with that effort.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
He'll drop to throw. Going deep downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line.
Roughing the passer defense.
Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play call, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy's disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And he is all the way up past the 25.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They start the drive with Cook. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Brooks Reed in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
Partner, I know the ball security's preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Davis over the middle here to Rudolph. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. So on 4th down, here's Matt Darr to kick it away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. This is taken at about the 14. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2-to-1 is acceptable, but the top line guys, 3-to-1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio should ever be in any discussion.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Dancing to his left. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 3rd down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd learned to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
No, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
They're going to try and throw. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him 16 yards on the play. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a 1st down.
They'll set up the throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
And a good pickup there. He gets about...
Might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going underneath to Blount. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Flushed out right. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
And now a 1st down following that long gain. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. It's the fullback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Well, they weren't messing around. First and goal, they don't do anything fancy. They just go to the fullback right away.
I like how you phrase that because oftentimes they come back to the fullback when it's late in the down and distance count, right? In this case, first down, let's go get it right now.
And he got it. 6 points on the board. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This will be taken about the 12. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Two seconds to go, first quarter. Now a play fake here on first down. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number one. One quarter in the books. It's a close game here early on. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. They run the counter with Cook. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out and out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them. There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory. All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Davis now to throw on second down. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. Here's Bryant for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This will be taken about the 12. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. Cook as they begin on the ground. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Here's Davis looking to throw on 2nd down. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And he will be hit with a lot of force and spun down right there at the 43. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break. And now on 4th and 1, they fake the punt. It doesn't work out. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
He'll look to throw. And finding the tight end, Hooper. A broken tackle on the run, and then just on the other side of midfield, they get to it. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. 4-6 defense, they were daring him to run the football. They ran it. A little football 101. Take us through what the 4-6 defense is, Charles.
So what you're trying to do with your big defensive front is cover the interior offensive lineman, the center, and the 2 guards, and make it difficult if you even want to think about running the ball.
LeGarrette Blount, touchdown, Falcons. LeGarrette Blount, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And it's 21-3. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. Over the middle here to Brown. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there for Minnesota. 43 yards.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there, for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. If you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on your quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window. They've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
They expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start, offense.
And here is motion again, and that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start, offense.
First and goal, defense with their backs against the wall. Defense showing blitz. Cook following the penalty. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Pardon me, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle.
False start, offense.
Looking to throw on second down. Davis. He's got the hook up to John Brown to the right side. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it third and goal. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and have the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Able to shake him off. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. Fourth and goal.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight end, curling in the middle of the field, so it's great sight lines for him. And when they show their numbers back to the quarterback, when they sit down right there, that should be pitch and catch.
So 3 points is the outcome, but probably not what they're looking for given the drive that they were on.
Yeah, things were looking good. You had it first and goal, but then the offense sputters a bit, and they're forced to settle for a field goal.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. The Falcons on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. When halftime rolls around in just a bit, we'll send you to Orlando. You will hear the dulcet tones of Mr. Larry Ridley with our EA Sports halftime report.
Does dulcet mean good?
Yeah, it's just something that broadcasters say. It's got to be good, right?
It's gotta be
you
good.
Tell me.
Well, it's got to be good if Larry's doing it.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They're going to look to throw. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to drop it for his 2nd sack now here tonight. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
That just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards.
When the big guy rumbles down the center of the field and he gains leverage on a guy trying to cover him, it is really, really tough for the defender to get through him to make a play on the football. That's why guys love to throw that route. Down the middle, throw it deep, and let the big guy go get it.
They'll set up to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Everson Griffin in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Back to throw here. Trey Burton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack in the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Bryant now to tack on the extra point. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
To throw on second down. Davis. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
All right, Brandon, back to you guys in a minute. But first, it's indeed time for our EA Sports halftime report. The Vikings trail at home at halftime. The Falcons will want to come out after the half and really put the pressure on from the start. All right, let's roll those moving pictures. 3rd and goal. Under pressure here, and the pass is picked off. Vikings defense gets off the field with the turnover. Falcons have it at the 2. Francis is going to look for space, and he'd cap off the 9-play drive with a TD. The Falcons go up by 4. Now early in the second, Davis under fire and will throw the pick. Bolton's reading the play and comes away with it, ending the drive. Now following the pick, Samuel's going to haul in the pass, and he finds his mark for the score. The lead now at 11. have it right at midfield. Blunt's got nothing but space here, and a quick three-play drive ends with a score. That takes the lead up to 18. Now to late in the second. Hooper is able to get open here, and he'll end up at the 10-yard line before being tackled. Still a little time left on the clock. Burton's going to make the catch in traffic, and he capped off the long drive with the TD. The lead grows to 22.
All right, Larry, indeed a one-sided affair to this point as we get set for half two. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now Davis to throw on second down. Now the ball comes loose, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And defensively, maybe an opportunity missed there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. Big sigh of relief.
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
That's pulled in at the 32. And he is level. Knocked down hard near the 42. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
That's his second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long. On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
From the 2-yard line now, it's 1st and goal. They'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. He'll look to throw here. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. After the play, not a good sign. Dalvin Cook staying on the ground. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more. Davis operating from the gun. In trouble, and he's taken down. Brooks Reed in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Davis now from the gun. He'll throw. The throw left side complete to Treadwell. And he showcases the spin, a pretty good gain before he's taken down. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's Matt Darr now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. This is fielded at the 7. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. The last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
by the
time we have to leave the booth.
2 yards. Caught Eifert over the middle. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Back to throw now on 1st down. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Here's Davis looking to throw on 2nd down. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Derek Barnett in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 15. Back to throw. Davis. Room here to run. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And they knock that deficit down from 29 to 26. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! Detroit! Detroit! Detroit!
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more.
Face mask. Defense.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey. Able to fight through one tackle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. Well, other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Duke Williams. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Again, it's Williams. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Looking to throw. Davis. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Here's Matt Darr now. He's been terrific so far. This is taken at the 23. So possession goes over here on the punt. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons continue to pour it on. He's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. If you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes,
bye-bye.
He just takes off and goes, and I think that's what we just saw there.
And, a good hit there and knocked down hard. And now out comes Minnesota. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Let's go!
Now Davis to throw on 3rd down. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22.
Missed.
This will not go down. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Detroit!
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Another good run there, and now we're seeing an offense that's imposed its will on a defense. When we talk about that all the time, what does it really mean? It means that the guys on the offensive line, they feel like they can do whatever they want. They're in the huddle saying, run it again. Give us another chance to smack someone and create some space. On the defensive side of the ball, not only have they imposed their will against you, you're almost powerless to figure out what you're doing there, but you got to keep your spirit up at the same time. And they're taking that, too.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things done.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Linval Joseph in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight.
It's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. They'll drop the throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
He's going to find his man. That's Tavon Austin. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Davis operating from the gun. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's brought down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great. I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. And that'll set them back 5. And a long way to go for the offense here on 2nd down.
Now let's go.
Davis now. From the gun, he'll throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Morgan. It's a gain of 7, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Davis now. Incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Davis. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
And that was a nice catch, and if the goal was to get into field goal range, it certainly appears that they accomplished that.
Well, and sometimes that's what you dial up in these situations, right, when you want 3?
Well, if the goal was to get into field goal territory, even though it'll be a long attempt, I think they accomplished that.
And sometimes you have plays for that. It's not always a first down when you want 3, get a little bit closer, make it an easier shot.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to concede to the defense, and they know what you're trying to get done, and to try and get any more than that is almost folly. Take what you can get, maybe have an opportunity to put 3 points on the board.
So out come the Falcons now.
No. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Here's Blunt. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They find some open field here. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
to throw. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Andrew Sendejo. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now,
under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Adrian Claiborne in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a carry for Blunt. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
Got a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. They'll run again with Blunt. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
And, Brandon, this is where it pays to have a big back who can take over a football game, especially in the 4th quarter when you've got the lead, your ability to not just wear people down, but close games out.
And a solid run down inside the 30. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. That's the 23. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Davis to throw on second down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Yeah, that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
From the gun, Davis. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota.
False start, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. So after the mistake by the offense, it cost him 5 yards. And now 1st and 15. And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start, offense.
And the penalty now makes it 1st and 20. And here's motion again, and that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start, offense. False start, offense.
Now Davis operating from the gun. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Davis on 3rd down. That's caught by Treadwell. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota.
False start, offense.
The penalty on 1st down backs him up 5. It's now 1st down and 15. And here's motion again, and that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start, offense.
They go play action here on first down. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Derek Barnett in there to get him for his second sack of the night. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Atlanta, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on